Anyway, while I look this up, does anybody want to give their next pick?
Yeah, I'll go next since I haven't gone yet. Um, so I want to go back to our Houston conversation just because I don't know what was up with the rappers from like that mid 2000s era and like the early 90s where like all of them are just crazy entrepreneurial spirited, but the next guy I want to bring up fits right up the alley with everyone that we brought up and might have also been the catalyst for a lot of these guys to go into that lane, and that guy is Chamillionaire. So yeah, so Chamillionaire, everybody knows his hit single "Riding Dirty." I think that was one of those ones that like you could. I don't even think you can turn on the radio today and go a day without at least hearing that once. It's one of those that still gets played to this day. And back when it first came out, it was one of those where if you turn on one station, that song is on. If you turn on another station, that song is probably either getting ready to start or just hitting the end. It was one of those. And then he had a really, really solid debut album with The Sound of Revenge. But for a couple of reasons, Chamillionaire, well, it sounded like it was like a lot of label issues around that time. But he basically didn't really pick back up with the music as far as like on a massive mainstream level. He did have a series of mixtapes, if anybody remembers those mixtape Messiah projects. That was all him. So if you remember those, then you do remember those. But other than that, his mainstream success mostly came from that first debut album. However, Chamillionaire was one of the first people to kind of show that he didn't really need to only rely on rap. And that is because Chamillionaire ended up making a lot of great investments down the line. And one of the first major investments that he did was he got into the tech industry. So he actually is a venture capitalist, and he's done a bunch of investments with General Motors, with Disney. He's invested in Ring, the app that is on everyone's